Hope you're enjoying Golden Week. Happy holidays. Guten Morgen. Ohio. Hey, it's Thursday, May 2nd, 2029. Is that right? No, 2019. Well, we do have to plan the future, though, don't we? That's our job. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please always stay small. Stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Let's go! Bum, 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 bum. Good morning, everybody. Abel. What a great name, Abel. I was thinking there's at least three really powerful names, right? Abel. Hi, I'm Abel. Right? That's a can't-do attitude. What else? Ernest. I work really hard. Will. But Power is my middle name. All right. So anyways, hi, I'm Abel, and competent too. So hey guys, good to see you. My name is Wayne McDonald. I am the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. I used to be a dumb, skinny white boy trailer trash from rural Canada, but I got better. It's amazing what you can do to change your life if you put enough energy behind it. So I'm a currency trader now. Many, many years ago, I wanted to be a high-tech entrepreneur. Why? I was in the Silicon Valley before it was called the Silicon Valley. So that's how that happened. Then I said, all right, I got this high-tech entrepreneur thing done. I want to be a venture capitalist. So I was a venture capitalist. So that's pretty cool. And then one day I was reading, I think it was Architectural Digest magazine, and then that led me to a different magazine. And there was a typo in the magazine. It said the foreign exchange market was $1 trillion a day. I thought that was the dumbest thing I'd ever heard of because it couldn't be $1 trillion a day. Not even like $1 trillion a year. Sounds pretty big, but a day, that's just stupid. So here I am 20 years later. It's still stupid awesome. So if you want to cover technical analysis, I got you. If you want to cover fundamental analysis, I got you. If you want to talk about the difficulties and the awesomeness of being a currency trader day in and day out, and the blood, sweat, and tears and sacrifice you need to make, I'm here for you. Now pay it back if you're benefiting from these webinars. Become a client of Traders Way. Go to tradersway.com, open an account. You can also have all of my chart templates. That's free, so in the description below, click the link and download. Make sure that you subscribe, you like, and you comment. This is participation. You need to participate. BOE, speech going on. Yep. Just saw yesterday's video. Yeah, cool. Right on. So how many people attended the Fed meeting live stream I did yesterday? I said, oh, look at that. The IOER was adjusted. That's weird. I didn't expect that. And then, 5 or 6 or 7 minutes goes by. Nobody asks any questions. And then it dawned on me. I'm like, I wonder if anybody sort of doesn't understand that. So I asked, hey, do you get it? Do you know what the IOER is? And boom, now those people know. You've heard of an A bomb, you've heard of an F bomb. I dropped a K bomb. Knowledge. There's no bomb bigger than a K bomb, like no bomb I know. Yeah. So anyways. Yeah, Murray's like, I have no idea. Well, watch the video. Schooling. So at least, luckily enough, I knew, and I shared, and that's why I'm here. make sure you watch that. Cool. Right on, guys. So good to see you today. Let's go through the charts. Let's just start and see where it goes, okay? Hold on, Murray. Murray. Okay. So there's a couple of things going on. This was pre-news, so let's go post-news what I drew. I think I drew it. Here. No. I drew it here. Yeah. All right. Bears do this. Notice how it dropped. Now it's starting to rise. And in fact, this whole area is legit. So sort of this whole area is legit. You probably have already shorted. Cool. But if you're a bullseye, so you can see like it's already dropped way down here. But when I drew this, we were up here. That was the funny thing. We were up here. So I'm like, oh, look left. You drag this to the right. And so anyway, so probably come down. And if so, you can take it back up. So I pondered the reaction a little bit because there was no change. Oops, it's a little fat, right? There was no change, no delta, except for the IOER, which was slightly revised down, but nobody understands what that is. Probably not even, I don't know. And I explained what it is, how it works, why it's important, what the strategy behind why the Fed would adjust it, all these different things. So you can watch it. But at the end of the day, it matters, but probably not to currency trading. Not on the shorter run anyways, right? And I think most amateur retail traders and maybe even many of the professionals just totally miss that and they don't get it. So why did the market move? And I forgot. There's people that are pricing in an interest rate cut. I forgot. Right? Told my son the other day, never, ever underestimate people's ability to be stupid. Right? You're like, oh, no one would ever do that. That would be stupid. And I said, whoa. Never underestimates someone's stupidity. They can always be more stupid than you can possibly believe. So I can't find reasoning for this. It makes no sense to me. So maybe I'm the dummy, but whatever. Someone's got to be the dummy. Maybe it's me, but I'm not going to believe that. So I forget this. I forgot, they were disappointed because Powell said, no, I'm not cutting interest rates. Well, of course they're not cutting interest rates, but I forgot. Some people think this. Some people believe this. They're probably even trading billions of dollars. And they're like, yeah, they're going to cut in December. Cut in December? We're at all-time highs. Like, an all-time high in the stock market's not high enough for you? Like, oh my God, we need emergency stimulus to save us from the all-time high? Like, it just doesn't make sense, right? No, I'm not talking about the president. I'm talking about the market. And I'm like, oh, it slapped me in the face this morning in my meditation. And of course, I sit in the shower naked while I meditate. So I'm taking you on that little journey with me. I'm like, people are shorting the rates. Oh, no wonder they were disappointed. So anyways, so I had an aha moment today. I forgot that was in the market. So anyways, they found out the guy in charge ain't thinking that. Why would he? But anyways. Okay. See, I think what it is there are people that believe the market the economy. Let's do it that way. There are people that believe the economy is on the precipice of collapse. Stock market's going to fall, real estate's going to fall, bonds are going to fall, everything's going to fall. It's the end of the world. But they've been saying that for, 9 years now? Since the bottom? Do you know people were saying that in I guess you got to go as far back. They were saying that in 1995. Valuations are too high. The stock market's overvalued. Houses have doubled in California. It's over. So they sold in 95. They sold in 96. They sold in 97. They sold in 98. They sold in 99. They sold in year 2000. And then finally they said in 2001, aha! I told you! Right? Right? They said, I told you so. I was totally right. But they lost all this money. How many times in the stock market? I don't know how old you guys are, but the stock market probably tripled in that period. They're like, yeah, I gave up 300% returns, but I was right in 2001, bro. I told you. So anyways, I think we're kind of like that. And this, remember when we had the inverse yield curve? And I explained to you why it wasn't really an inverse yield curve. We talked about this really logically, right? You guys remember minus 20% in the stock market in January? I did not expect the move that happened in October. Remember that? I admit that. I just totally didn't. But in December we did. And then it happened. And what did we talk about? Well, before we talked about that there's going to be a significant decline, and that you should have a portfolio already built, and you should already have, do you guys remember this? Have a list. If you were a stock market trader, you'd have a list of 3 stocks you would like to own but are overvalued. Do you guys remember this? And when the stock market drops by at least 10%, you buy some. And when the stock market drops another 10%, you buy some more. I just didn't know it was going to happen in 4 hours. Right? But we did prepare and stuff like that. And so all these things like the inverted yield curve is a huge head fake, I believe, for people that believe the end is near. The end is near. Like they thought in 95, because you had, if you were buying the stock market in 1995, you had to buy a startup like AOL, and you're like, AOL was trading at 75 times earnings. And you're like, oh my God, that's so expensive, right? But it went up and 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 went up. So anyways, just be careful. Make sure you don't listen to these guys, and make sure you do your own research, because you might disagree with me, and I'm totally cool with that. But don't believe what you hear on TV and in the paper, right? You're an expert. Why should I give you my $1 million to trade with, son? Well, I am wicked smart. And everyone else, people, is stupid. All right? So that's where you want to be. You say, I am wicked smart, and everybody else, right? But because you did the work, not because you're arrogant. But you got to get there where you own that space. And you can look somebody in the eye and say, I know what's going to happen between now and the end of the year. I'm already planning next year. I've done the research. I've read the reports. I have the data sets. I have it all together. It's logical. It's intelligent. It doesn't rely on the talking heads on TV trying to sell you ads. I have a plan to protect you and make money while everyone else is choking on their own blood. Right? Isn't that what you need to say? Are you going to let 2007 happen to you again, sir? Or are you going to get someone wicked smart on your team? Yeah, Joe. Joe says his back test of Aussie Yen says in the past 4 years, bulls and bears got paid. But that's actually true everywhere. You'll always find that what people are missing is that they're not a bull or a bear. They're a scalper or something, and they're just not that good, right? They're just not that good, and they lose money. Okay? Hey, chaotic. Harvard's a lot more than that. Actually, one class at Harvard is more than that. In fact, when I moved to Harvard on the summers, I spend more than that per week on housing. Right? Like, get in the game, man. Think big. Don't say, is it worth $1,700 or whatever. Don't say that. That's small. With the knowledge you get, can you make $170,000? Okay? That's where you want to get. You should be asking yourself, how can I get to $170,000 a year? Will taking Wayne's course be a significant contribution to that plan? When you buy food, what do you say? I hope I get my $8 worth here. How much meat is in here? Is this $8 worth of meat? Hey, can I have extra ketchup? Can I take some ketchup home? Hey, can I get some extra lettuce? And you can take that home and eat that for breakfast. I mean, it keeps you alive. Okay? Sure what I mean? Keeps you alive. You got to think big. You want to be a king? Let's talk kingdoms. All right, let's get back to this. So there's an up plan and a down plan. I showed you yesterday right after the news. Then I got sidetracked teaching what the IOER is in very, very deep detail. So watch that. Okay. All right. So how do you want to treat this? Do you want to treat it like a bias of any particular kind? On what do you guys want to do? Give me a bias today. You tell me. Am I a bull or a bear on the dollar? Hey, chaotic. There's 4,000 videos on YouTube, right? If you don't have any money, start watching every single one of them. That's all. You got 4,000 hours of content for free. Go. Okay. Okay, let me stop. Okay, stop. Bear, 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 bull, bear, 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 bear. Bull. Okay, lots of bears. Okay. I am now a bear on USD. Let's go to work. Let's go. Go, go, go. You call that support? You are a disgrace. What is your major malfunction? All right. Got that out of my system. Okay. Ready? The weekly trade plan. I circled Monday. Let me clear that already. Not on Monday. Here. Okay? You guys remember doing this on Monday and Tuesday? Anyways, here we are. That's the entry. The target. This is a conservative target. This is the aggressive target. So I have to recognize now that the plan has worked. Plan, yes. I don't know. Victory achieved. I can't think. I think of George Bush, right? Anyways, victory. I have to put that on some level. Victory. Okay? Do you think this impacts what happens next? Yeah, I got to be careful because I have less people on my team. A lot of the players are in the locker room. Okay? I have to recognize that easy money is done. What is left is much riskier than trading a plan. Okay? The other plan, if you're a bear, by the way, was sell here or sell here. Well, one gave you kind of an entry. You probably broke even. The other one didn't get you an entry, so you're not in. Cool. So what do we want to do with this now? Okay, well, I'm a bear on dollar, so I want this to go up. Okay, so generally speaking, I'm interested in buying sort of down in these prices. So I have to look left and find support, and then I also have to overlap next week's pivots. I'm going to start looking at next week's weekly pivots. Okay, so let's start. Clear this out, back this up. Beep, beep, beep. All right. Oh, look how straightforward and easy this is. Cool. Nice. So we got something going on there. Let's also highlight, okay, we basically got that. Let's sort of do this. Okay. All right, so we got something going on. Cool. And oh, look, I can go even farther back. Cool. Cool. Very believable. Okay, cool. Cool. I want this to go up. I'm a bull. Okay. Pachow. Oh, you can't see that. Let's redo it. Clear it out. Okay, let's try it. Plan A is Pachow. And plan B is going to be Pachow. Okay. The ultimate target is you take this one. It's the same. This is conservative. This is aggressive. It all works though. Okay. So I'm a buyer here and I'm a buyer here. Cool. All right. Great. Nice. Let's drill in. Let's go back to this. But let's do the time warp again. Let's do this indicator. And let's get this gone. Delete. And then open this up. And we'll change this to daily. And get in. All right, cool. So today's trade plan is buy around here. Okay, I obviously see this as a high, so we're going to have a resistance area there. And so the next target is here tomorrow. Okay, this is the DM2 today and tomorrow, which also tells me it's probably going to stay in this range for a bit until there's a breakout, which probably would be NFB, right? What do you think, guys? You see how I broke it down? Boop, 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 boop. Thoughts, questions, concerns? Chaotic says fail. Oh no. Too easy, Ron? Oh, I don't care about the pound. You told me to be a bear on the dollar. So that's all. Okay? So when you say I'm a bear on the dollar, that means I can only buy pound dollar and I can only buy at support. So all I did was look for support. Okay? That's it. That's daily support, and down here is weekly support. Down and I think monthly support in here as well. And so daily, weekly, and monthly is all in here. Plus I use price action to show this is a support zone and this is a support zone. So if this doesn't work, it's okay. Things like that happen. Then what's my plan B? Do you remember? I'm wrong. This comes down to this area of support. I have it as price action. You can also see this is where bears would take profit. And I'm going to counter this back up. Okay? So remember, plan A was here. I only focused on plan A. Plan B is down here. Got it. So I'll lose a little bit of money, or I won't lose a little bit of money. What's the big deal? Can the breakout be bought? Yeah, this is how you trade a breakout. You ready? Let's do this on a different time frame. Okay, so this is the breakout, right? Which way do you want it to break out? Well, I suppose up if I'm a bull. Okay, this is how you trade a breakout. Buy, gone. Okay, you buy in the circle. Yeah, EMAs tell me like right here the market became bullish. Okay, how many people have read my book from 10, 12 years ago? More than 10, I guess it's 12 years ago. How many people read my book 12 years ago? I guess I wrote it 12 years ago. You probably bought it 10 years ago. Anybody? Oh, I love ZAR, but not USD ZAR. I mean, yeah, USD ZAR, but why not Euro ZAR? Okay. All right, so if you read my book 10 years ago, Let me break this down to you. You ready? Set. 2155 crosses up. Buy the next 5A cross up, which is here. Done. Whoop, whoop, beep. Oh, you were supposed to take profit there. Get back in here. Yeah! Out here. And now this is starting to braid. So you probably bought it here and you don't like it anymore because this predicts this. But I can't set that up because you told me I should be a bear, not a bull. Okay? There it is, guys. This is the heads up. This is the entry. This is the exit. This is the entry. This is the exit. Okay? You probably don't like 100% retracement, so that actually tells you to stop trading. Nice, right? That's the alert. That's the trigger. Exit, enter, exit, out. All on moving averages. Okay? But remember, the 2155 cross, that just says technically the market is bullish. That's it. Technically speaking, by definition, this market on this time frame is bullish. That is it. So what's the trigger? When price becomes bullish in a bullish market. Oh my God, Becky. Right? Boom, shalaka-laka. Is that right? That's funny. I've forgotten about profiteers. We're not traders, we're profiteers. Yeah, that's so long ago. That's cool. So that's all there, guys. But what it doesn't give you is a leading target. Okay? So check this out. You ready? Wait for it. Well, you know what? I'll do it this way. Indicators. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Let's do this. Let's see, that's not the one I want. Hang on. Yeah, weekly. Okay. Okay, let's go back to this. We were on 1 hour, weren't we? 1 hour. All right, you ready for it? Wait for it. You ready? There's the 2155 cross. Oh, 5 p.m. Sunday when Wayne tells me I need to be trading. After a zone which all bears exit. Therefore, you get a 5A cross up. And now I sprinkle some pixie dust and you have a target. What is the target? Target A, target B. Oh my God. You knew that on Sunday? That if you were a bull, you told me you'd be a bull. All you needed was sort of a bottom at support. Oh, there it is. 2155 cross to confirm, 5A cross to trigger in. And you knew on Sunday and Monday morning that this was the target and this was the target. Oh my God, that's like perfect. Yeah, I know, right? Right? This whole thing is sick. Perfect, right? Well, that's what this is. That's what the second one is. You're using it as dynamic support. Yeah. Okay? Like that is straight up out of a book I wrote 12 years ago. Just straight up bonkers. That's bananas. That pip's bananas. That pip's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. That pip's bananas. Ah, man, that's bananas. Nobody fell off their chair. Nobody said, oh, snap. I just realized I need to up my game. Anybody? Did anybody just have like an epiphany? Like, that's it. I'm making the change. Give me the Kool-Aid, dang it. Anybody? Like, that's it. Give me the Kool-Aid. Just get out. Give me the Kool-Aid. Give me 2. I'll take 2. Give me 2 Kool-Aids. Got to get in, man. Commit. How are you going to succeed if you don't commit? Thank you. That's the first step, right? I need to up my game. I say this to myself all the time. I'm not trying to belittle you. Oh my God. Do you know my level of commitment to things? I'm stupid committed. I am stupid committed. Right? Yeah, well, I'm working on the change, as am I. Okay, as am I. Well, you need to install the template, Liam. So if you just install the indicator on top of a chart, it's just going to do that. But when you do the download, it gives you templates. So you need to go and instead of installing the indicator, which you probably have done, well, once you have the indicator installed in MT4, don't install it on a chart. Go to your templates, and I give you something called it's probably called FX Bootcamp, like weekly pivots. And boom, now you're on. Okay? And that will include all these other things. And then I think I give you another one, my old school template, standard. You probably have this one, which is this is what I used 15 or 20 years ago. And then when I got into pivot points, I had to have them custom programmed in CTL. Isn't it amazing? Like, you still get charts, right? You download a chart template, give me MT4, or give me whatever else you download, right? And then they're like, we have 27,000 technical indicators. You're like, 27,000? That's pretty impressive. I'd like pivot points. Oh, we don't have pivot points. What? We have 27,000 indicators, but not pivot points. Right? Right? Yeah, Chaotic, what I would recommend is you take the courses, read the books, hang out in these webinars every day for a year while you do the training, while you do the reading. And I will keep you sort of focused and answer your questions and keep you involved and show you, like, this is how you implement this and this is how you improve on that, all that kind of stuff. Do that for an entire year. Don't trade real money in the market. Save your money. And then when a year goes by and you think you got it, go through performance coaching and find out you still don't got it, but at least now you know before you lose a lot of money. But I also identified not just things to work on and improve on, but you'll actually also identify the things you are actually good at. And now you go in knowledged, right? Dropping a K-bomb. Okay? How do you calculate pivot points? Well, you go high, low, close divided by 3, or you install the template. In the description below this video, okay, you're watching, in the description below, it says download my chart templates for free. And it gives a little URL. You click it. Okay? By the way, Chaotic, when you go through that process to download my chart templates, it's going to offer you a discount for your training. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Aye, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean? Aye. Yeah. So the calculation's pretty simple. Open. Well, you don't have to do open. Let's do it the simpler one. The high of the period, the low of the period, and the close. Let me point out the one thing that's most important about this, and then I want to move on and do some analysis. What is high plus low over 2? By the way, this is over 2. What is the high plus low divided by 2? Let's do it. Let me do this properly, because that's not actually how you do it. Where's my drawing tool? Okay. High plus low divided by 2. What is that? What does that equal? Average. What's the other word for average? It's actually the mean. You guys remember? Do you guys remember the difference between mean, median, and mode? Come on now. I don't like math. I don't like fundamental analysis. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, average doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. Who cares? So here's the beautiful thing about pivot points. It takes in account, it takes sentiment into account. What? Say that again. It takes the sentiment of the market into the math. It accounts for market sentiment in the mathematics. Okay? So how does it do that? It says, hey, market, how do you feel, market? So it looks at the high of the day. Okay, so you could have, let's say, 3 days. And okay. Something like that. Okay, those are 3 different days. So what it's going to look at is the high plus the low plus the closing price divided by 3. So it says, what was the high? It started bullish. What was the low? How low did it go? And what was the price at the end of the period? Because the new period is going to start there. So did it start bullish and end bullish? Or did it start bullish and end bearish? It matters. High plus low plus close divided by 3. And therefore, these pivot points move based on, so in this case, the pivot point's going to stay high. This one, the pivot point's going to drop. This one's going to be in the middle and no change because it was high. Well, it's actually a little bit low. I should have drawn it like this. Okay? So the pivot points will adjust based on how the period ended. Did it end bullish on a bearish day? Did it end bullish on a bullish day? Did it end neutral? It matters because it helps you predict what's probably going to be like tomorrow. If today is a beautiful sunny day with no clouds in the sky, you probably don't have to worry about rain tomorrow. You might, but probably not. Okay? If there's snow on the ground, you probably don't need a bikini. But that would be cool if you did anyways. As soon as I said that, I remember one time I went skiing in the Canadian Rockies in a place called Sunshine Village. And you take a gondola up to the top of the mountain, and I get out, and it was girls skiing in bikinis. I'm like, I don't know, 11th grade, and there was like college girls in bikinis skiing on the mountain in snow. I'm like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing ever! Yeah, just blew my mind. So anyways. Hey. Keep it professional. I'm going to remove that. Well, I don't know if that means remove you. Anyways, you're in a timeout. It actually says put you in a timeout. I don't know what it means. No. Keep it okay, I'm being silly, but keep it professional. All right. There's a difference between silly and crossing the line. All right. So let's go back into here. Hey, Chaotic, as long as your money is 21, you're golden. What an amazing thing for a young person to get into. My God. There's guys here in our group that are in their 70s, and they're probably thinking, oh, my God, if I had only started in Forex when I was 18. All right, so here's some gold. Okay. So you made me a bear on US dollars, so I want this to go up. Okay. Yeah. Right. Hey, Chaotic. Chaotic, I'm 45 years old, and I'm in college. There's no age restriction unless it's in your mind. Okay. All right. So on a monthly basis, this is my line in the sand. So I have to be very careful. I'm willing to walk away from this. Let's look at it on an hourly basis. Okay. So it doesn't feel good to me. I'm going to need some sort of up. Okay. But I think I'm walking away from this until it proves to me otherwise. Sure, man of many talents. Okay. Yeah, let's do USD Kitty Cat. Before we do that, let's look at oil just first, okay? Okay. So what do you think? So you told me I'm a bear on dollar, so I want this to go up. So on Monday, I would have bought this, and I'm looking for a bounce here as well. So I kind of need something like this. So I am now looking for reversal patterns. You can't see this. This is WTI, by the way. Okay. So if you want to trade me, then darling, don't refrain. I just end up trading the euro again. Trades are always coming, trades are always going. Let me be profitable today. Always. I guess I haven't done this in a while. Gonna lay it on the line. Just hoping my money's gonna be mine. All right. So there you go. So now we're in a zone where bears are likely to get out. So we're kind of looking at this next, right? I'm still planning it. There's still hope. There's still not an entry, but there's still hope. I don't like this template because I can't predict tomorrow. So I'm going to just totally change the whole thing, and I'm going to look at tomorrow's pivots. Okay. All right, so here's my plan for the next 24 hours. Since you made me a bear on dollar, that means I want crude up. So I'm going to look for a bouncy, and a bouncy, and that's what I'm doing Friday, according to you, because you're the boss, right? Nothing's forever. Sorry, bro. First lesson of life. Become a Buddhist, man. Everything is impermanent. No, you don't get videos for life. I'm still upset. I have Working Girl on Betamax, and I just can't watch it anymore. But I own it. Dead Whoopi Goldberg. Oh, yeah. All right. So there's that. Okay, kitty cat. We got a cat in here. Give me a cat. Kitty cat. Kitty. Nope, no kitty cat. Let's switch this up then. What is this? Euro dollar. Well, you want me to be a bear, so I'm going to look at this. If you're going to love me. Okay. So I'm on a support zone. I did draw this yesterday, not this part, but on a different chart. I drew that was support. So I'm a bull on this because you made me a bear on dollar. So that's cool. Am I at support? Yep. Feels like it might come down a little further. That's okay. So it might sort of do this, or it might sort of do this. So I don't really know which one, so got to watch this. If it turns now at the New York Open, I'm going to see it on a 15, so we can do that. Doesn't look good. That looks like braiding to me. So I'm going to treat this like a breakout. Okay. Hope I'm not going too quick, guys. So if you're going to love me, if you're going to trade me, then darling. You can't even see that, so I'm going to go fat here. Because that's a pivot above us. It seems like it might be important, right? Okay, so I'm going to treat it like this. And I'm going to look for bam, bam, bam. And my entry would be here. Oh, yeah, at Harvard? Yeah. Yeah, I took a whole course on the entire history of the oil industry. So I studied how they did it, like I studied fracking, but I also studied the entire history of oil from the very beginning. I read, I think it was 2,000 pages, and I did it in 3 months. I wrote 9 papers, 5 pages each. And then my final exam, I get my final exam. It asked me 2 questions. Go. So my final exam, it was like, I don't know, in the course of 3 hours or something, I wrote 18 pages just from the brain. So yeah, I learned a little bit about oil. Okay. So anyways, we can get into that. One of the things I'd like to put together, it would be like an energy complex trading course. So I think a lot of people would just like to do that, just trade energy. I think it'd be a fascinating job. And my good friend David Pegler, I think a buddy of his is an energy trader that trades energy for like one of the big oil companies. So I don't know if they're still friends or not, but I could give Pegler a ring and say, hey, let's fly this guy out from London, or maybe we'll go fly to London and get his insight. Yes, so whoever missed it, like 9 or 10 people said I should be a bear on dollars. So that's why I'm doing this. I said, give me a bias. Okay, now I want to flip this to, well, let's just do manually then. USD Kitty Cat. Okay. So NP, so that's it. But you know, it's not the other part of it. So Raymond says to NP, he's like, hey, NP, interest rate decision stayed the same, 2.5 yesterday. Well, 2.25 to 2.5. But the IOER did change that was unexpected. And so again, if you don't know anything about what that means, what the acronym stands for, you know, Powell kept saying, oh, it's just a technical change. Oh, well, do you know what that means? Okay. Do you know what that means and how the change in the IOER affects the economy? And by the way, I answer it not philosophically. I do the math. I teach you the math, how a change in the IOER would have an impact in the real economy by essentially the money multiplier formula. And so we look at, you know, what one scenario versus a different scenario and show how the delta between the two is an illustration of what reducing and eventually dropping the IOER could possibly do to an economy. So anyways, that's free, dude. Just like you need to get in on that. And that my other comment when I was done is like, if you can't actually do that, like imagine you're a billion or you want to be a $1 billion trader, right? You want to raise money from rich people. And they come up to you and they're like, hey, that Fed thing yesterday, right? Talk about it. You should be able to sit down just like impromptu. You're at a classy restaurant and your client asks a question. You should be able to just pull out on the tablecloth, right? Pull out a pen and just start, let me explain it. Here's what it is. Here's what that is. Here's that. Here's that. And then when you do the math, you do this and then this. But here's what the strategy would actually do, because if you do this and this and this, it goes like this to the economy and this. So if this is a continuing trend of not just lowering the IOER, but actually reducing the IOER to zero, then this will be the actual impact that it has on the economy. And this would in fact affect how we would invest into the U.S. economy. Like if you can't do that, then that's the thing you're missing. You're going to need to just be able to do it. You need to be an expert. Trading 5A crosses is easy. You got to get to the next level. You got to up your game because you're going to need that one day. No, it has nothing to do with NFP. Okay? Like, right? So I'm trying to show you, like, there's room, man. There's room to up the game. So you have to ask yourself, what's the commitment level? Right? Does anyone have the link to that video? If so, just post it here if you kindly would, and people can watch it. It's probably in the middle of the video. But just think of it that way, guys. You got to be on that level where you can just like, right now, boom, explain it. Right on, Jail. All right, so what are we going to do here? Well, this is just pure price action. Okay? Pure price action here. Is there enough information? If I was pure price action, I probably wouldn't be interested. Okay? It's okay. It's not great. It seems to me it can just kind of dip down here. I hope it would stay above this. And if so, I could be a bull. But I'd like more information than that. And that's why I use two leading indicators, price action and pivot points. Okay? You're like, oh, Wayne, the moving averages, it makes it too confusing. All right. There we go. Now, much more helpful. Okay, USD CAD. So, you made me a bear on dollar. I need to buy some Canadian. Great. Good. So, first thing I'd like to consider today is a sell at this price. Okay. Now, I have permission if I wanted to sell up here. I don't really want to do it. And I could treat it like a counter trend up here. But I don't want a counter trend if I'm a trend trader, right? I do see that bulls are in this game. Because, like, you have to be a bull here, right? Hang on. I don't know. Hang on. This idiot is in the way. What an idiot. Thank you guys for posting the link. But you see that there's bulls here, guys? We know for a fact, right? Where would a bull buy? Definitely here and then the bottom of this channel, right? Sort of this area here. So this is a live market. This is live. There are bulls in this. You're going to have to fight the bulls. So, right, you're not on a free and clear plan. All right, so anyways, this is your first one you want to consider now, and that's the most ideal. If there's too many bulls, many of the bulls are going to exit up here. So you got that going on. So that's it. That's sort of a taking weekly and monthly into account. I really prefer now, but there's always later. But I don't want to be in it as if this goes up. So it's an A or B. It's binary. You either short here or you don't short here. And then you either short here or you don't short here. You don't ride this up. Okay? So now let me drop into something smaller. Put something silky on. I guess I could do it this way. I'm going to change this to daily. Trades are always coming, trades are always going. Let me make some pips today and every day. Gonna lose my mind, gonna bring it. What is this idiot doing? Jesus criminy. I'm actually now sending the YouTube. Do we call this harassment or bullying? No. Hate speech or graphic violence? No. Pornography? No. Unwanted commercial. All right, well, we'll call it spam. What a waste of time, huh? Jeez, crime. So I blocked it twice. Yeah, so I reported him 3 times. I don't know how it allows him back in. Sorry, this is USD CAD. So the guy is still posting. I can't read the chat now because he's posting, but it's blocking and it's showing me that he's being blocked. So I can't now read your questions. So if you figure out who this guy is, send your cousins over. Take care of it, huh? Oh, now it's posting again. What? So this guy can change his YouTube. So he can change his YouTube login? He has multiple logins? I don't know how to do. Turn off the comment screen. Wait, I don't know how to. I don't think I can. All right. So anyways, let's try to go on with it. Okay. So on a daily, what was my trade plan today? This is on a daily, weekly, and monthly. It's the same thing. I either sell it there or I don't sell it there. So now I need to get into a pretty small time frame. Okay. So in this 5-minute chart, I'd like to see like, okay, and then I'll drop a stop. Okay. Yeah, he's still posting this stuff. It's getting blocked. I can't read the chat. Oh, I like the chickens though. I heard a quote the other day. I'd rather be a chicken's head than an ox's tail. Yeah, I suppose I could do that. I've known some of you guys for more than 10 years. I've hung out in multiple countries with some people. USD, well, but you don't just sell it because it's at that price. You need to find, all we've done is identified on 3 time frames. Now, you told me to be a bear on the US dollar. So I'm just doing what you told me to. We identified this is going to be a good price on multiple time frames. So all it's telling me now on this small time frame is that this is a good place to look for a reversal pattern. Now, if you use moving averages, you might look for a 5A cross down. Okay, a candlestick pattern may be some sort of move down or something. Okay, but we just know that this is the right price for a reversal pattern if there are enough bears to overwhelm all these bulls, and we know these are legit bulls. So if the bears show up, take a shot. Don't just take a shot because we're at the price. That's not how you trade. That's gambling. When you just sell here because of the price, you're saying, I bet you resistance holds. Well, we're not interested in that. So now you're on, like, drop into like a 5-minute chart and look for a pattern. Look for a rollover. You can do things like, okay, so we know there's multiple reasons why that's good if you're already a bear. So let's just go old school here. Okay. This is straight up out of the book, right? Now what do you want to do? Wait. Okay. So you could do something like identify this as support. Identify this as resistance. And really, the most conservative trade plan of them all is, okay, and what do we call that? An old man. Because in my book, I say the Forex market does not reverse like a V. The Forex market reverses like an old man easing into a hot bath. Does anyone read Russian? What is he saying? Okay. 8:45. That's a full day. Our ducks are 5 United Traders. That is what it says. Straight. Interesting, huh? Is it like 12 monkeys? 12 monkeys, 12 monkeys, 12 monkeys. So anyways, let's pull the plug. Let's call it a day. I got some research I need to do. I need to bust out some math. I need to do some programming, statistical analysis in R. Cool. So anyways, thank you for being on my team. Thank you for not spamming. And peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Thank you for being on my team. I appreciate you in my life. Like I said, there's 4,000 videos on YouTube associated with my work. Feel free to watch every single one of them. Make sure you open an account at Trader's Way, huh? Pay it back. They make this happen for you. Cheers.